Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this morning? Today, this evening, whenever you are watching this? Well, I fell asleep early last night again. And I woke up like 3 or 4 times throughout the night. And I was like, I'm gonna go vlog. And then I was so comfortable. I was like, I'm just gonna wait until the morning. So, this is Tuesday's vlog that I'm filming on Wednesday morning. I don't think it really matters anymore, does it? Some lip gloss on. This bite in the inside of my mouth where I bit myself hurts so bad. And it's not getting any better. And I keep on meaning to run and get some of that mouthwash that helped me before. I should have just kept it. I finally threw it out because I hadn't used it for so long that I was like, it's probably expired. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with a CL. But anyway, I need to go get some of that today because it's like this whole side of my mouth is like, inside is like big where I bit the side of my mouth. Anyway, how are you guys doing this morning? I am like super rested. I went to bed last night at 10 o'clock and it is 8 o'clock. Alex just left for work. I got up, so I have slept 10 hours. Yeah, I'm like really, really rested this morning. Is that how many hours I slept? 8, 9, 10, yeah, 10 hours. Oh, so let's talk about yesterday. Got up yesterday and I went to my doctor's appointment. Woke up yesterday, first of all, and felt a lot better than I had the day before. I think I just needed to take a whole day to rest. So I got up yesterday, felt a lot better, and like remarkably better, like 80% better than I had felt. So that was hopeful. Got ready, went to my doctor's appointment, and after leaving the doctor's appointment, I feel very, very hopeful, and we have a plan. So he explained it to me so that I could explain it to somebody else, but I don't know that I really understand it to explain. I mean, I understand it, but, so I'm just going to tell you guys what he told me. So, he had the disc from the MRI, and he looked at it, and then he showed it to me, and he showed me, like, what's going on, and explained what's going on. So, it's between the 4th and the 5th, whatever, on the spine. If you guys have had back problems out there, some of you will understand what that means, because a lot of you have put like, oh, I think it's between the 4th and the 5th and whatever. So it's between the 4th and the 5th, which he said is really, really common. The reason why it's affecting the front of my leg and down into my shin is where it is bulging. Like where it's bulging, like the nerve. So depending on where it like bulges or where it goes is where your pain is. So if it's going on one way, like it could be the other leg, it could be in your back, it could just depend. So the reason why it's happening the way that mine is because of where like it's bulging. So he said, are people telling you that it's called sciatica? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, the reason that people say that is because it's 3 different things that originate in the sciatic nerve. And he goes, and like a lot of people just call anything that originates there sciatica. And I go, well, is it or is it not sciatica? And he goes, well, it's not sciatica. And he goes, and it isn't sciatica. And he goes, and it isn't sciatica at the same time. He goes, it isn't because you have a herniated disc. he said that is bulging towards this side, but he said it's where it originates, he said, which is why a lot of people just call it sciatica. He said but it's actually more involved than that. He goes, it's like a really simple way of explaining it. He goes, but a lot of people, he goes, even a lot of doctors just call it sciatica because it all originates from that area. So I asked him what to do for it, and he said, well, there are different options. He said that what he recommended was that we go in and do this shot right into the nerve, and that if, it'll, he said that we do it for 2 reasons. And he said the first reason is because okay, I'm going to forget how he told me this. Something about, it increases, well, one of the reasons is because it'll take away the pain, partly. But he said the other reason is because it'll start helping it, heal around that area. And that it'll, reduce, swelling around that area or something like that. So, then we can start telling that, if it works, then we'll know, then that's exactly what's going on right there. And he said, if not, and the shot doesn't work, then we're going to have to go in and it's some kind of, microscopic surgery where they go in and they remove part of it or something. I don't really understand that. Of the nerve, I guess. So he recommended doing the shot first. And I said, okay, so you're not going to recommend physical therapy? And he goes, this is a situation where he goes, honestly, the shot would help more than the physical therapy. Because if you do the shot, then that'll take it away like that for you. He goes, because if the shot fixes it, then there's no real reason to do physical therapy. He said, because it'll be fixed, and then you'll know, we'll know right away. He goes, within the first 2 weeks. He goes, honestly, within the first couple days, you'll know, because it'll either take it away, or it's going to be a bigger problem, and then we're going to probably have to go in and do surgery. And I would refer you to one of my partners because he doesn't do surgery. And so I said, okay. And he goes, the only reason in situations like this that we would do physical therapy is, he goes, if it's a huge issue with the payment for the shot, he goes, because insurance will not cover the shot unless you go do 6 to 10 weeks of physical therapy first. And I said, I just want to get the shot. Let's just get it done and take it care of and figure out what's going on. And he said, okay. So I have to private pay for the shot, which is extremely pricey. That's fine. I don't mind. I want to be in good health. To bypass having to do 6 to 10 weeks of physical therapy, which I wouldn't mind doing the 6 to 10 weeks of physical therapy if it was going to help. But he said, I think at this point, Peter, what's going to happen is we're going to get to 6 to 10 weeks of physical therapy, and then you're going to need the shot anyway. So I was like, okay. And he typically works on the south side, so he was going to check with a couple people for a family doctor on the north side, and then get that information for me. I'm going in back on Thursday to get the shot. In the morning, I'm going in at 11:30 to get the shot. And then, so that's that for where we're at with that. And then he said, we're just going to have to monitor it, for the week or two after that and see how you feel and see if it's any better and things like that. And I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of, opinions about that, but he's a spine specialist, so, we'll see. He was very, very professional and very, very nice. And he walked me out to the receptionist desk and was explaining to this, the receptionist what we were doing, and he was give him as far as even like the pricing, he was like really nice about the whole thing. He was like, you know, have him look at different places, like the you know, like, cause he does it like the shot at different places. And she was like, oh, we always, you know, do them up here because it's cheaper up here. And he was like, okay. And he was like, and also get him the number for this guy and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, he just was like really, really like thorough and kind. Like he went through the MRI and he like had me explain it back to him until like I understood what was going on. And he was like pointing at stuff. He had like a nurse that was with him the whole time, and she was really, really nice too. And the whole thing was just very, very professional. And I just really felt like he knew what he was doing, and I felt 100% more hopeful and in better hands than I had before. So, you know, we'll see. I asked him, I said, is this just because Alex had this shot in his back too? And I said, is this because Alex went to him? And I said, is this the same thing that Alex had? And he goes, okay, I'm back. The battery died. I didn't even realize that the battery was that low. I wasn't even looking at it. Didn't even see it flashing. I'm actually gonna run over to Meijer now and get some of this mouthwash. I don't know if I can get out that way. But I was asking him, I said, is this the same shot that Alex had? Because Alex, after, you know, doing some physical therapy and all that kind of stuff, he got this shot. And, oh, he's also putting me on another steroid pack, the Medrol pack. And I said to him, I was like, it didn't work the first time that I took it, because I, you know, took it when I was, the emergency room gave me the Medrol pack. And he goes, well, you were still like leaking fluid. And he goes, you were in so much pain at that point that it wasn't going to alleviate it. So he said, that makes sense to me that it didn't help. But he goes, let's take it now. He goes, are you open to taking it now? And I said, I'm open to doing whatever you tell me to do. So he said, yeah, let's do another Medrol pack, or I think that's what it's called. It's like steroids. So we're doing that. Oh, I wish I would have grabbed that. I would have taken that over to the pharmacy this morning. Maybe I'll grab that. I'll go back home and turn around here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna get a coffee at McDonald's. And then go home and get my prescription, take it to Costco, and oh no, there are like so many people online. But anyway, he said it was a completely different shot than what Alex had. That the shot that Alex had was a steroid shot, I think. And the shot that I'm having is... No, he said, Eric. Who's Eric? That Alex had an epidural. And I am going to have what is like, they shoot it right into the nerve. And he said it's completely different. So, he said your back pain and Alex's back pain, it was completely different. I can't remember how he explained it. He said mine is specific and Alex's was diffused. So, anyway. And for all of the people in the comment sections, all of my haters that are like, you can't discuss Alex's healthcare with you. Alex and I have both allowed and signed consent forms for our health to be discussed with the other person. So, just so you know, because I know at least one person's going to be saying all that. So yeah, I left there and I felt like this woman behind me is like jamming. Like, all right, hey. I'm always jamming in my car dancing when So anyway, I felt so much more hopeful. I was like, oh my God, I left there and I was just like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not real excited about this shot that I have to have in my back, but if it's gonna take away the pain, you know, then yes, I'm very excited about it. I woke up today though, like it was interesting because after that, I felt like really good all day. Like my back didn't hurt at all. Like yesterday, really, my leg didn't really hurt at all. I felt good all day long. And then, like today I woke up and I feel pretty good. And so I'm like, do I even really need to get this shot? Like, you know, because I said to him yesterday, I said, I feel like it's kind of, you know, repairing itself. I did ask him though, I said, can I do anything in the interim, like run or whatever? I didn't say roller skate, but I wanted to. And he was like, well, I wouldn't. He was like, you know, you don't want to make it worse before we, you know, get on fixing this. So, yeah. My allergies have been so crazy the last couple days. So that is that, and then I came home after that and I made videos on all of my channels except for my Peter Does Stuff channel. And Alex he went over to, he didn't get off work till late last night, like 8:30, and then he went over to his brother's house because Fufu and Jesse were cooking for the whole family, and he was like, I guess they made salmon, which, you know, I don't eat fish, and he was like, do you want to come over and just like hang out and stuff? I said, I am really, really tired, but I want to hang out with them sometime this week, before they leave again, and they don't leave till Sunday, but he was like, okay. So, I said, it's like a half an hour to drive out there, and by the time that like I would have gotten out there and stuff, I just knew I would be like super tired. He got home at like midnight because I woke up and he came home. But this car is like pulled right out almost in front of me. We're gonna go out to dinner with them tonight, so that'll be fun. Just like the four of us. Which will be a good time to be had for all. Oh man. So yeah, that was my very exciting day yesterday. I finished the Chris Watts book, The Perfect Father. I gave it 5 out of 5. I just was like, so, like, I could not believe the end of that book. Like, he finally admits to the FBI officers that he killed his kids. I think it was the FBI officers. He finally admits to them, like, after, like, he's, you know, been gone for a while and stuff, that he killed his kids, because they're like, you know, give the family some closure or whatever. I don't even think he does it because of that. I think he does it because they're like, you know, you just get some stuff off your head or whatever. So he tells him what happened, and just like imagining those poor little girls in their last moments, you know, and it, like, they knew what was going on, you know. It's just like, it just is so sad to me. It's just so sad. I just can't even wrap my head around it. I mean, he kills the one little girl while her sister is watching. He's trying, her smothers her. And then when he comes back, she says to him, is the same thing gonna happen to me, Daddy? Like, I don't know, it just breaks my heart. It's just too much. Alright, well, I'm gonna be back in just a few. I'm gonna grab my prescription so that I can run into, this shirt is a little tight to be running into stores. I might need to put on my other shirt. I've got actually this in a 2XL, and this is the XL that I use for filming videos at home, so I might have to take this one off and put the other one on. But anyway, I'll be back in 2 and 2. Not 2XL, but 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. I changed my shirt. We're like just out of deodorant, so I do need to go to Meijer to get some deodorant too. My neighbors have all their mums and pumpkins and things out. Looks so pretty. I really want some coffee. I should like look and see if there's like a local coffee shop around that I could like go into that I'm not aware of. Everybody's out this morning walking their dogs, walking. It is 51 degrees outside. It's very chilly this morning. It's gonna be a good day. Sun is coming up. I'm up early. Get a lot done today. I'll go pick up this, I just took my allergy medicine while I was in there. I take that aloe vera, so if you guys are somebody out there that, because I don't like, I won't take any antihistamines, and I don't like to take anything, you know, that's like, makes you feel drowsy, any of that kind of stuff. So I take aloe vera that a friend actually told me to take a couple years ago, several years ago now. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it at the Walmart, Meijer, probably Target, and it's these tablets that just like melt on your tongue. They help. They really, really help. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like taking like a Benadryl or something, probably, because you know that like zaps it and makes you drowsy. But for somebody like me, I would say it probably cuts it in half. Like the runny nose and the sneezing and all of that stuff. So if you're looking for some allergy medicine out there that's not habit forming, I would highly recommend that. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go up here and see, well, I'm gonna pull into the gas station and see if it comes up with a local coffee shop that I should try. I can't think of any other than, I go to the Monn coffee shop in Broderpool sometimes, but I was just driving over there, and I don't want to honestly drive. It's the hardest parking in the world in Broderpool, so I don't want to drive back over there, pay for parking to run in and get coffee that I can make at home, because I have that choo-choo blend at home. Worst case scenario, I'll just pull through. Well, I guess I could just pull through the Starbucks over here, but if I do a review there later, then... Oh, I can't pull into this. Because they're like doing work at the Speedway or something. Well, I guess I can pull in this way. What is going on here this morning? So many things are going on here at the Speedway. I'm gonna pull in over here. Do you guys ever get on that app Around Me? We have this friend of ours, I'll tell you the story in just a second, coffee shops. McDonald's, Starbucks, Perk Up. Where's that? I feel like my mom used to go to this place. 6536 Cornell. Let's try this place. Oh, is it gonna take me? This is 51 minutes walking. See if I can see where it's at. Well, I might as well just go into Broadable if I'm gonna do that. There's this coffee shop that, remember, like, sometimes when I drive around at night, I'm like, oh, that looks like a cute little coffee shop. But it's like way over on the west side, which is the opposite of the way that I'm going. I would go to this coffee shop, but like, honestly, I don't know like how to get there from here the easiest way. Panera Bread, Monn coffee shop. These are all like far away. Sad there's not like some cool little just like coffee shop that you can just like pop into, you know? If I get a Starbucks at 9 o'clock in the morning, it'll probably be absolutely packed, you know? Yep. What was I gonna tell? The story I was gonna tell. Oh, so when, like, I had never really used the Around Me app before. If I go through here and I get a hot coffee, they are not gonna know what to think. And I'm like craving a hot coffee. You know what? I think I'm gonna try Panera. Like, that line is like way long right there. So Alex has a friend of his that he used to work with, and she was like the hairstylist and makeup person for Britney Spears and her dancers on 2 world tours. So she got to go around the world with Britney Spears twice. And been around the world and I can't find my baby. Do you guys remember that song? So that's not a Britney Spears song. Anyway, so we took her from Indianapolis to, I think we went to Columbus or Cleveland, wherever we saw. Cleveland is the last time that we saw Britney Spears live, I think. That's when we got to dance on stage. She like set it up so that we could get a stage tour and meet Britney, and then we got to dance on stage with Britney Spears to I Wanna Go. She would pull all these people up on stage, and we got to be like some of the people that got pulled up on stage. So anyway, the whole thing was very cool. But so like I knew her too because of like having worked with Alex, and so Alex and this other girl used to work with her. So Alex and I and this other girl, we're friends with her, she and her husband, and but we all went down to Columbus, and we took her with, like, we drove her because she was in Indianapolis visiting friends and family. They had a stopover, like, in between, like, Chicago and Columbus. They had a stopover. So we, like, agreed to, like, drive her down there, and then she, like, set us up so she could stay, like, an extra day in Indianapolis or something like that, or she would have had to, like they dropped, like, the bus dropped her off when they were coming through Indianapolis. So anyway, or however it worked. So I can remember I was asking her, I was like, is it like so fun, like you go around the world and you see all this really cool stuff and whatever? And she said, I feel like all I see is like, you know, stadiums and hotel rooms. And I said, really? And she's like, yeah, we all kind of laugh because we don't like, you think it's like this like amazing life, but you don't really have that much time to like spend in these cities and like go and do stuff, you know? She was like, maybe, you know, like in Paris, they'll give us an extra 12 hours or whatever. She was like, but we're just like constantly going and doing dress rehearsals. And she was like, we just don't get to really see the cities that much. It's not as glamorous as you think it is. And I was like, so what do you get to see? And she goes, honestly, she was like, we joke about this because I'll wake up, like, she goes, we all wake up and the first thing we do is like hit that around me thing to find like the closest coffee shop to us so that we can go get coffee. And I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious, right? So ever since she said that, like I've been using that Around Me app a lot more, just because I never really even consciously thought about it before, you know what I mean? So yeah, stupid story, right? Anyway. I always like trim right here. Like when I'm like, after I like trim my beard, I always like cut in certain places. Like right here always stays long. There's like one hair over here I never get, around my nose. And it doesn't matter what I do, I just don't seem to ever be able to like get it perfectly. Everybody this morning seems to be like racing somewhere. I have the heat on because it's cool, and now it's like hot. Turn the heat down. Oh, 78. We probably don't need it to be that warm. Oh, but I do want it on. I just turned it off. I never come through this Panera ever. I like did a review here like one time. I think that was the only time I came through. Is there like a long line? God. Sounds like a boat, doesn't it? I think I need to find some like local coffee shops that I want to go to. This place right here is called Donuts and Dragons. I keep on saying that I'm going to review it, and I haven't reviewed it yet. I don't even know if it's open. Oh no, that's Chick-fil-A. I don't want Chick-fil-A. What does Panera Bread have for breakfast? There's like actually people in there eating breakfast. Do you know what is right in front of me? Is a black Jeep Grand Cherokee like mine. Oh no, it went around the side. Soup Meat Mac. Broccoli cheddar mac and cheese. Everyday soups. I could come here and review that later today. Don't you think? I could review it right now. I wonder if it's before a certain time if you can get it. It looks like there's bacon in it. I'll have to get up here and see. I like trying new places. Chipotle, here's the new sandwich. Chipotle chicken, scrambled egg and avocado. Bacon, scrambled egg, and tomato. Chipotle chicken, yeah, those both have meat in them. Okay, here's the soup. Broccoli chicken. Everyday soups. I can't tell if that soup meat mac, broccoli cheddar mac and cheese. It looks like there's like bacon or something in it though. Yeah, I probably better hadn't tried that. They're gonna be like, you're coming through here just for a coffee? Yep. I don't know that I've ever gotten coffee at Panera Bread. I used to come here and get some sandwich. This was back before I was a vegetarian. I don't remember what I got though. Sarah and Alex were talking and she was like, Panera's like really going downhill. And he was like, yeah, because Alex comes through here every once in a while and gets like a sandwich for lunch. I don't guess I come here enough to know. I have to say though, for every place I've passed, I passed Starbucks and those other places, this is definitely the slowest of all of them. She's gonna ask me for what I want, and this car won't pull up, so I can't see. They have frozen drinks. Frozen caramel cold brew. Oh, that would probably be. Can I just get a coffee? A hot coffee? What sizes do you have? Let me do a medium.
What kind of coffee would you like? We have light, dark roast, decaf, and big.
Can you repeat those? I'm sorry.
We have dark roast, decaf, big time, and light roast.
Let's do light roast, please.
Want any cream and sugar?
Sugar.
And what else for you?
That's it, thank you.
Are you a Ward member?
No, I'm not.
All right. We'll see everyone.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm gonna come back here and review the frozen caramel cold brew. Oh my gosh. Doesn't that sound so good? Here's the breakfast sandwiches that they have. Bacon, scrambled egg and tomato, chipotle, chicken, scrambled egg and avocado. Bacon, egg and cheese, bacon, egg and cheese, egg and cheese. Which looks about not delightful at all. Avocado, egg white, and spinach, which looks gross. Oh, they have souffles, 4 cheese, spinach and artichoke, spinach and bacon. Those look okay. Steel cut oatmeal, yogurt and fruit, pastries and sweets, bagels and spreads. She didn't even tell me about these drinks that she has down here. Caramel latte, Madagascar vanilla latte. I would have gotten that probably. Ooh, a chai tea latte. Cappuccino. Whatever, I'll just have a coffee. I'm not gonna complain about it this morning. So I'm gonna go run these errands, and then I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna let the dogs out. Who let the dogs out? I'm gonna let the pups out to run for a while. Then I'm gonna sit outside and do my prayers and meditations and all that. And then I'm going to I'm gonna start my videos. I'll probably do my meditation video first, like my Peterisms video first. Well, I'll get this video up as well. And then I'll do my meditation video. And then I'll have to see what I'm gonna do my drama video about today. I'd like to do a Peter Does Stuff video today, but I don't know what I wanna do my video about. I don't know what I wanna do. You know what I mean? Peter Does Stuff, what does Peter do? I don't know. There's a lot to be said for natural lighting, and we just don't have a lot of natural lighting in our house. I was thinking about doing this video where I go through like all of my mom's like vinyl albums and my favorite vinyl albums, but I was gonna do it in front of the bookshelf. The problem is that the light is so bad over there that if I use the ring light, it like just makes it look shadowy and dark. So there's not really any way to do it so that it looks good over there, you know? Is that a coffee shop over there? I think that's a tea place. But I don't think it's like tea like where you go and they have tea, you know what I mean? Like I think that's like you buy things to do with tea. Not like a David's tea though, I like David's tea. There's a lazy boy thing right there. Do you guys have recliners? We have a recliner. We have a nice one, a leather one. That somebody gave, like my stepmom gave us. But it was, I never use it. It's just sitting next to where my computer stuff is. I heard they're real expensive though. Like people that go and like buy two and have them in their living room. I can't remember who told me that. I think it was like maybe Tanya told me that. They were looking at a Lazy Boy something, and I said something about it, and she goes, "Oh my God, they're so expensive, Peter." I said, "Really?" It kind of surprised me. You think Lazy Boys and like recliners are like a thing of yesteryear? Like, do you think that like they're passing it, like that time's passing us by? You know, like 20 years from now, nobody will have recliners. I mean, there's definitely less recliners today than there were when I was growing up. I feel like when I was growing up, everybody's house that you would go to, their dad was like sitting in a recliner reading the paper, you know? With like a scotch or a whiskey, like in that thing, you know? Now I know why there's nobody in this drive-thru, you guys. Like, there were literally, like, 2 cars ahead of me. Now I know why, because it's not quick drive-thru for breakfast in the morning. People trying to get to work. Like, Chick-fil-A over here, they are, like, moving. Like, moving. And there's probably, look, I'm counting right in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can see 8 cars. How are you?
Good. I'm you.
I'm good. Your nails are so pretty.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too. I love that opening paragraph for To Kill a Mockingbird. I can't remember. I don't know how it goes exactly, but where she says, nowhere to go because there's nothing to do, nothing to buy because there's no money to buy it with. Which talks about what, like, what is she, oh God, what does Jean Louise say in that part? We're like wilted cakes and something. Oh, I'll have to read this part now. It's going to drive me crazy if I don't read this part. I love that first paragraph, To Kill a Mockingbird. Get out of my around me. Oh, I just Googled around me. It was hotter then. Now my stomach's kind of hurting. What? That is not the first paragraph. That's the first part of the movie, but that's not the first paragraph of the book. First paragraph of the book is about Jim breaking his arm. Here it is. Macon was a tired old town, but it was Macon was an old town, but it was a tired old town when I first knew it. In rainy weather, the streets turned to red slop. It was hotter then. Bony mules hitched to Hoover carts flicked flies in the sweatering shade of the live oaks in the square. Men's stiff collars wilted by 9 in the morning, and ladies bathed before noon after their 3 o'clock naps. By nightfall were like soft tea cakes, with frostings of sweat and sweet talcum. There was no hurry, for there was nowhere to go, nothing to buy, and no money to buy it with. Nothing to see outside the boundaries of Macomb County. But it was time of vague optimism for some. The people of Macomb County had recently been told that it had nothing to fear but fear itself. I love that part. Oh man, let's go see this tea place. We print large banners, it says right here, copy max, but all right. I don't need one. I'm gonna put a large banner on front of my house and it's just gonna say, just wanna say hi. Taiwan Tea House. Their sign says open, but the door says closed. What time are they open? 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. I guess I really don't have a whole lot to say during this vlog, obviously, since I'm not. I need to figure out what book I'm going to read next, now that I finished the September book club book. Look at that Chick-fil-A, my God, it's just like going crazy this morning. And then Panera Bread has one car, and it's drive-through. You guys think I'm lying, I'm not. I will say this is some pretty good, darn good coffee though. I kind of miss Ruth's Cafe. I kind of feel like going to Ruth's Cafe today. I can never get anybody to do anything, though. You know, it's like, Tanya got back last night. I didn't get to talk to her because she fell asleep as soon as she got home, and then she called me, and when she called me, I was asleep. She had asked me if I wanted to go get a fountain, but you know, Tanya's always working at the kennel. I'll be like, do you want to go get brunch? I'm working at the kennel. And Melissa always has stuff to do, so I don't really like have a lot of people during the day. I mean, and I'm not talking about like, if I wanted to do something I could, but like, I mean where it's like real unplanned, you know, just like all of a sudden, just like, let's go. You know, I don't know how to whistle. I've never been able to whistle. I've had so many people try to teach me in my life. My mom could whistle really good. I wish I could whistle. I don't know if my dad can whistle or not. I think he can. I feel like my dad can do that. You know, and all that kind of stuff you do, like calling a cab on the street. Why am I having you, like, look way over there? But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like my dad can do all that, but I can't do all that. Well, I obviously can't, because I can't whistle at all, but, like, my mom, she could definitely do all that. She was, like, the world's greatest whistler. But I can't whistle at all. It makes me so sad. I just looked up and it stopped. I don't know why that made me laugh more, but it did. Makes me so sad. I want to go into Aldi. I have not been in Aldi ever. I keep on saying I'm going to go in there, and then I never do. I had the weirdest dreams last night. This woman that I used to work with, like, I had a dream about meeting her daughter, which I met her daughter when her daughter was younger, but like, so when I worked with her, she and I were like co-counselors at one point, and when we were co-counselors, she was pregnant. And I was actually trying to think last night, I was like, how old would her daughter be? Because like in my dream, I think like when I woke up, I was like trying to think about it. Because like in my dream, she was like 18. I saw so many, like, with the people that I worked with closely, like so many of them got pregnant and had kids while I worked with them closely, you know? But I was like trying to figure out, I was like, how old would her daughter be now? And her daughter probably would be 17 or 18. I would have to think that she would be. So yeah. Oh. Well, listen, you guys. I think I'm gonna get off here now. I can just drive around and vlog all day today, just talk and vlog about, but I'm not really telling anything exciting, so I'm gonna get off here now, and then I'm gonna go and drop off my prescription, and then I'm gonna go to what do you call it, Meyer, and get that mouthwash and deodorant. And I hope by the time that I come back that it'll be ready to pick up. And then I'm going to go home and make videos. So I'm going to get off here now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're having an amazing, what is today? Wednesday? I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday unless you have other plans. But like I always say, I don't have other plans. If you made it this far in the vlog, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's put a sun. Let's put some kind of sun, whatever it is. Whatever sun emoji you want to, because sun comes up. It's Wednesday morning and I start vlogging. And, yeah. And if you subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't, please think about it. And do something today that will make yourself proud when you look back on it. Do something today that will make you happy. You know, reach out to somebody. Most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And remember that you can start your day over whenever you want. Practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!